DJT, we just hit 1321. Let's see where we're at here. 1331. Just need a few pennies, a few more pennies out of that one. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, TikTok. Good morning, YouTube. It's got a nice trend up, as wacky as it's been. If we look at the trend up here, you can see on DJT, you can see it is trending up. The lows are getting higher and higher and higher as we go through pre-market here. Don't know if that'll hold up and continue that upward trend or not, but it is trending up. So that's something to be hopeful. Good morning. Good morning. Michael, good morning. 75 Corvette, good morning. Good morning to everybody on TikTok. Do appreciate having you along for the ride. And Traveling Trade Adventures over here on YouTube. Good to have you guys there as well. Kind of a slow morning. I've only got 2 plays going right now, ATHA on news and DJT on news. Those are the only 2 plays that I've currently got myself involved in. Hopefully both of those work out. We're in the money on both of those. So I'm tickled to death that we're doing well on both of them, but I want a little bit more out of DJT and I want a little bit more out of ATHA, and I can call it a day and be happy. SLRX announces planned corporate name and ticker symbol change. SLRX to Decoy Therapeutics, reflecting a strategic pivot to next-generation antiviral and peptide conjugate platform. So SLRX is going to be changing its name and ticker symbol. They're going to change their ticker symbol to Decoy, DCOY, effective early January. Now we've got DJT up to 1313 on the ask, ATHA 682 on the ask. Let's get a little push on both of those. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. ATHA. We've got about 8 minutes to go, and we'll have the 8 o'clock press releases for you. Anybody trading anything this morning so far? Anybody's had any successful trades that they've taken care of? Locked in a little profit early this morning? Chris, good morning. Good morning. Still in the home office, as you can see. G-Man, good morning. King Bob, good morning. Chili's waiting for PYXS. Waiting at the bottom, waiting for it to do something. All right, we've got DJT now up to 315 on the ask. I need that up around 1335 to be happy. It's getting close. It's getting close. Bob, good morning from Pigeon Forge. Hey, good morning. How's the weather in Pigeon Forge this morning? Good morning. $13.25 again on the ask on DJT. We're getting closer and getting closer. JC watching NACA, NAKA, up 7.23%. Well, we keep hitting 1325 and getting knocked off of that on Trump media. So we're going to have to be a little bit more patient, I guess. Give it a little bit more time. PSQH announces a $7.5 million registered direct offering. PSQH. King Bob, thank you for hitting the subscribe button. I do appreciate that very much. It's cold in Pigeon Forge. I'll bet it is. It's cold anywhere north of the Florida state line. Heck, even Florida's cold in the mornings now. High today. Well, you know what? The high today is about 80 degrees. We're supposed to hit 80 degrees today in Central Florida. Not bad. I'll take that. I'll take that for sure. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Next week, TikTok, if you're wondering where we disappeared to, we're going to be on YouTube. Going to Epic Universe in Orlando today. I don't think I've ever been there. Stinky Pinky, good morning. It's going to be 75 degrees today in Port Orange, Florida. It's the new Universal. Oh, okay. Okay. Gosh, I haven't been to Universal Studios in Orlando. God, it was a late 80s, mid to late 80s. It's been a while. 90, maybe early 90s. been some time ago. KNFSL. Going to Hollywood Studios in Orlando today. Hey, that sounds fun. Going to be a good day for it. It's supposed to be in the 80s today. One and only Vicky, good morning. Going to be a great day to be at a theme park today in Florida. Although it looks like it's supposed to rain here, so in the afternoon. Let's take a look at Veru. 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 Somebody just initiated coverage on them and gave them a price target of $25. Veru. FSL, AM, BDQ, Gunred, preferred. Okay. ATHA pulling backwards a little bit. That's not good. It rained overnight in Orlando. Avro, good morning. No, I didn't take my folks to. They like going to Busch Gardens, but we haven't gone this year yet. I haven't taken them over there yet. Mom's having some troubles walking. Not can't walk very far. It's stepfather's kind of the same way right now. They can't really walk as much as they would need to, at a theme park like that without getting a scooter. Jalou, good morning. Okay, let's see what we've got here at 8 o'clock. NACA, NAKA, announces authorization of a share repurchase program. NAKA. COCP receives IRB approval from Emory University School of Medicine for a phase 1 human challenge study, ZSPC introduces heavy vehicle fundamentals to strengthen diesel and transportation career pathways. ICON, share repurchase program. Joby, JOBY, announces a partnership to develop 25 vertiport sites across the U.S. A lot of share repurchase programs going on here lately. Icon, the one I said it had the share repurchase program, it's bumped a little bit. It's up 8%. It bumped a little bit on that. And Edible EDBL begins shipping integrated herb program to Wise Markets. Boy, everything is just bouncing around here. Doesn't look like so far 8 o'clock is going to give us anything. At least so far. We'll give it a few more minutes to see if something trickles in here. King Bob, you have a great day. Yeah, I see the DJT is getting pulled down pretty hard. That 8 o'clock volume, bunch of profit takers in there. Sell ACAN, Plum, Burger, PULM, Pulmatrix, and Collagen continue to pursue a merger while granting each other's waivers to explore alternatives. SGMO Therapeutics initiates rolling submission of a BLA to US FDA. Butterfly presenting at a conference. So let's go back and look at FCEL, FCEL. FCEL still pumping up. They put out a revenue report this morning, and it's not gotten a tremendous amount of volume. It's only got 159,000 shares traded on it, but it's bounced from, it's gone from 792 to 912 on 160,000 shares. So it's getting some upward movement. EVTV. Let's take a look at that one. EVTV. Moving up here, we just smacked a $1.08 on Envirotech Vehicles, EVTV. Not sure what's causing that one to to pump, but it started pushing up at 8 o'clock. But I don't see any reason for it. All right, let's go back to one of our other ones. ATHA still hanging out 673. Ah, gosh. Decisions. I may have to let that one go. Trump media pumping back up again. I may have to settle for less than $1 a share there because I'm not liking the chart. I'm not liking the price movement. It's too volatile for me. It's not stable. I'm just not liking it. And maybe I should be a little bit more patient, but I'm just not liking this instability of it. So I'm going to take an out. All right. 12. 1279. Just not comfortable with it. It may go, it may take off, it may go, and I may miss out on a hell of a trade. But I'm just not trusting it. And I'd rather err on the side of caution here and lock in the profit. So that was about 58 cents a share profit on that one. Not real crazy about ATHA at the moment either. Not liking what it's doing. I'm getting a little impatient with it. It's not moving like I had hoped. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take an out on this one as well and be done with it. Move on to something else. Prepare myself for the 8:30 press releases. Something may pop up on the 8:30 press releases that I want to have some dry powder for. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these while I'm still in the money on them. All right. Take out. All right, I'm out. 670. So I got 579. To 670. So it wasn't quite $1 a share, but it was good enough for me. Almost $1 a share. And when you've got a lot of shares, that's a nice little profit for the morning. So I'm not too worried about that. So that paid me off pretty well. Not so much on Trump. You know, at 1231, I don't get as many shares, so I was really kind of hoping to get at least $1 a share out of that one, but I'm not liking it. So rather than risk it and end up with nothing and have it fall all the way back to where I started, I'm just going to take the profit and move on, and perhaps something at 8:30 will cheer me back up again. UXIN on good earnings. UXIN. Let's see. Okay, so we done good. I mean, we're in the money, and we've done well. You know, we're up over $1,000 for the morning. I'm not going to complain about that one bit. That's good money. That's good money. So I'm perfectly happy, and I hope for those of you that continue to hold DJT or ATHA, I hope they rip and go crazy for you. I really do. I want to see you guys make even more. I'm just not going to trust it. Just not going to. Now, EVTV pulling up just a little bit. EVTV is trying to go. They announced a $480 million business combination to focus on AI infrastructure and applied AI systems. So it's moving up a little bit. Vicki, good morning. All right. Well, next week in pre-market, we're going to be Casa Cool. Good morning. We're going to be on YouTube. Tomorrow, starting Monday. I'll be here on TikTok tomorrow, just like always. But starting Monday, we're not going to be live on TikTok. We're going to be live on YouTube. Traveling Trade Adventures. That's the channel that we're going to be live on. If you go to the Wolfpack Community YouTube channel, you're not going to find us there. You have to go to Traveling Trade Adventures. Let's see what 8:15 threw a couple out here. Applied Digital completes development loan facility. It's not going here. THAR Inc. Statement of DTT's initiative to tokenize U.S. Treasury securities on the Canton Network. Nothing. No micro float news. Man, oh man. Okay. So let's go back and look at EVTV. Hopefully you guys paid attention to that one. $8:30 CPI data release. Watch the market soar or drop. So next week, starting Monday, I want to keep saying this because I don't want anybody to miss out if they don't want to miss out. We're going to be live on Traveling Trade Adventures on YouTube. And we're going to do pre-market on YouTube. 7 o'clock. 7:30. 8 o'clock. 8:30. 9 o'clock. If you want all of the pre-market call-outs, all of them, from 7 o'clock right on through 9 o'clock. We don't get much from 9 to 9:30. Every once in a while we get a stray that falls in there. But if you want to get all of the press releases, 7 to 9 o'clock, Traveling Trade Adventures on YouTube. We're going to go live on that channel and stay live for the whole pre-market. EVTV, come on, it's trying. JC got EVTV from 99 cents to $1.13. Good trade. So just FYI, if you want all of the press releases, go over to Traveling Trade Adventures on YouTube. Will not be on TikTok next week. Not pre-market, not after hours, just YouTube. And as I said, don't go to the Wolfpack Community YouTube page. That's not where you're going to find us. You're going to find us on Traveling Trade Adventures. Yes, it's free. Yes, it's free. There's no, we would appreciate you hitting the subscribe button, but hitting the subscribe button, as you guys all know, when you hit the subscribe button on YouTube, that's just like hitting the follow button. You're not actually subscribing to anything financial. It's just, they call it subscribing. TikTok calls it following. It's the same thing. So we definitely, if you want to get the press releases, that's where we'll be. That's all I can say about that. Is that's where you want. If you want the press release, if you don't want them, then heading over there is probably not something you want to do, in your morning. But if you want those press releases, and we're going to go live on there at 6:45 in the morning. 6:45. So that we can be up and ready and go right at 7 o'clock when those first big group of press releases come out, if they do. We never know what we're going to get. Eric, good morning. Glad to have you back. Plate Lunch Express, aloha. Jalou, no, traveling the Wolfpack Community on YouTube and Traveling Trade Adventures, there's two completely different entities, two totally different sites, two totally different things. And they're both going to stay there. Neither one of them's going anywhere. TikTok's not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere on TikTok. Just next week. Just next week. We're not going to abandon TikTok. TikTok's been very good to us. TikTok has been very, very good to us over the years. I'm not gonna abandon that. But we will be strictly on YouTube next week. So if you wonder, where'd that Wolfpack fella go in the mornings? He's usually on at 7:45. I don't see him on. That's because we're not there. So YouTube's a much better place. DocSafeTube. I don't have Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram because they steal your information. So pop over there. We'd love to have you. So, all right, TikTok. That's going to be it for this morning. Unfortunately, we really couldn't give you anything at 8 o'clock. There just wasn't anything that popped up, and that happens sometimes. This week, unfortunately, I'd say it's happened more often than not that just nothing has popped up. So we're going to pop on over now to YouTube, Traveling Trade Adventures on YouTube. We're going to pop over there now, and we're going to continue the morning there. And of course, also on Zoom, where we're always at. We're always on Zoom. And let's take a look at DJT. Boy, what a recovery on that. I could have gotten my $1 a share out of that, couldn't I have? If I'd have held on just a little bit longer, I would have gotten my $1 a share off of that one. What a nice recovery off of that ugly little fall there. That was pretty nice. Keep an eye on it. That's all I can tell you. Keep an eye on it. And FCEL, same way, FCEL, keep an eye on that one. EVTV, pulling back at the moment. Keep an eye on it. But we're going to pop over to YouTube now. So if you want to join us on YouTube, feel free to pop over there. Traveling Trade Adventures. That's where we're going to hang out. So, and we're going to do the 8:30 and 9 o'clock press releases there. So pop on over. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Boy, it did recover. Anybody hold on through all that? Anybody hold on? Anybody have diamond hands through that mess? I have no dog in the fight at this point. So I'm just cheering you guys on if you still are holding that stock. It could rip today, you know, it could, who knows? Who knows? ATHA going sideways. Got bored with that one. DJT still pushing up. That's what I get for letting go. You see how unpredictable those things are? Just so unpredictable. If you let go and it curls back up, you just have to be satisfied with what you got and move on to the next one and cheer on everybody else that didn't sell and they're holding on. Because it's going to happen to you. It's going to happen to you more times than you can count. You'll lose count of how many times you were in the money, you got a little nervous, you sold, and then it went crazy. It's going to happen to you more times than you'll be able to count. You'll never remember how many times it happens to you. So don't let it get to you. MagDude still holding. Good, 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 good. We just hit 1354. It's still on that upward trend. That big drop spooked me a little bit. That big drop that happened at 8 o'clock, that spooked me a little bit. I let it pull back up before I let go. I wasn't expecting it to do what it did here in the last few minutes, but JC, you're right. I always like to, if I'm going to err, I want to err on the side of caution. I'd rather make a mistake and take a profit but make the mistake of maybe leaving some money on the table rather than let my profit disappear in the hopes that it might go back up again, only to have it tank. There's two options there. And I tend to like to err on the side of caution. I'll take what I got. And if it spikes, hey, I missed it, I'll get the next one. But it's a good feeling. It's kind of a crappy feeling when you let go a little too soon and it really goes crazy. But it's also an extremely satisfying feeling when you take even just a little profit and then it tanks. And I mean, it tanks bad. And you feel really pretty good about yourself that you got out when you did. And it's a very satisfying feeling. So it goes either way. Look at it now, 1359, 1360. It's really, really going. Nice. It's doing beautifully. All right, we've got 8:30. Let's see what 8:30 throws out here to us. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button on YouTube on Traveling Trade Adventures. Do appreciate that very much. Pop in on a couple of the videos. Hit the like button, comment. Really do appreciate it. Let's see, GIST, Skill, SKIL, and edX form a strategic partnership. List shareholders, ring the NASDAQ bell. ALIX, ETH, WKSP reports highest monthly revenue in company history. WKSP. INBS, micro float stock. Intelligent Biosolutions announces a strategic partnership with Velpus, provider of advanced sensing and wearable patch technologies. That's on INBS. Listed, Scans has it listed at 868,000 public float. For what it's worth. That's on INBS. WKSP, like I mentioned, reporting highest monthly revenue in the company history. That has a 7.9 million public float. BMNU. Moving up, that's an ETF sitting at $6.32. BMNU, just a little ETF there. See, what else? What else? What else? What else? EHTH. EHTH updates their guidance for fiscal year 2025 following a strong AEP performance. EHTH. Let's take a look at WKSP on their highest quarter in the company history. Let's see how that one's doing. Looks like we've gone from 234 to 262 and then a pullback. So didn't move much on that. Let's go check DJT, pulling down. EVTV pulling down. FCell not really going anywhere. Viru pulled down. PYXS still hanging out at the bottom. Jim, I always think the same thing every time I say that. WKSP. I always want to say WKRP. WKRP in Cincinnati. Oh, gosh. Well, unfortunately, we didn't get too much here. ONDS, 4M Defense and Safe Pro Group complete Middle East pilot program, demonstrating advanced demining capability of AI-powered hazard identification. Oh, gosh. That's on ONDS, which is related to SPAI. Take a look at those two. WKSP, not doing anything. Nothing. Let's go back and look at DJT, see if it's being punished here. Pulled back pretty good. Pulled back from 1362 all the way back to 1306. But it's climbing back up again. Oh my gosh, not much there. SPAI program. EHTH. EHTH. EHTH, that's the one I told you that they updated their guidance for fiscal year 2025 following a strong AEP performance. It's gone from 432 to 499, and now it's pulling back a little bit. BNBX announces largest shipment ever. Boy, that DJT really is recovering extremely well on these pullbacks, man. Really surprised by that. VYNE trying again. VYNE, Vine Therapeutics, pushing up. ATHA trying to recover. ONDS, SPAI. Carrie, you have a great day. Oh. Well, since it's going to be nice out, I've got us going to be spending some time on the RV today. Doing a little cleaning. Little work on some rubber seals. ATHA trying to recover, man. It's almost back to 7 again. It just wicked up to 698. Kathleen, good morning. So we've got a little work to do on the RV, get it ready. I'm going to take it out here in a week or two. Take it on a little camping trip. Knock the cobwebs off of it. Yes. 4. Hollywood, I have not done that yet. I haven't gotten a little map to keep track of the states I'm in. Seen a lot of stories on YouTube, people making videos, people that are into the RV sector there on YouTube, talking about how everybody's quitting the RV lifestyle. Full-timers are getting off the road, and I've talked to a lot of RV owners, part-time, full-time, weekenders, and nobody's getting off the road. Nobody's nobody is abandoning the RV lifestyle. Best I can tell from all the videos that I'm seeing about how doom and gloom everything is in the RV industry and all that stuff, it's all clickbait. They're getting views. They're getting views on their social media posts, and you can always tell when it's clickbait. I saw one video this morning on YouTube, and this lady was her thumbnail on her video was like dramatic about everybody getting out of the RV lifestyle. The RV industry's in trouble. Sell, sell, sell. It just a very like eye-catching, thumbnail. And I clicked on it, which was her intention, I'm sure. But I clicked on it, and I knew right away it was clickbait because on a about 28-minute video, the first, I'll bet at least the first 5 minutes, all she did was push product, you know, mattresses and kitchen supplies. And I mean, literally the first 5 minutes of the video was nothing but her trying to sell product. And it felt dirty and nasty to me. It just felt so, I don't know, disingenuous. It just felt disingenuous. It didn't feel like, and people were even commenting. People were commenting like, "Get to the point. I have to click off now. You're wasting my time," because it was nothing but just trying to sell product for the first 5 minutes of the video. It was pretty bad. So a lot of those videos about how doom and gloom everything is just clickbait. Try to get people to click on it to sell product. BFRI completes transfer of Amluz and Roto LED, FDA approval, and associated intellectual property portfolio. Excuse me. BFRI. I want to take a look at EHTH one more time here. We looked at EHTH earlier. It's still hanging in there. It's still holding up. Not tremendous, but it's holding up in the 470s so far. Dave, good morning. Gary, I have a Class C, 31-foot Class C, made by Thor. And it has a full side slide out. So the whole side of the RV slides out, not just a small section. It's pretty roomy. It's pretty roomy. BMNU. Still climbing. Boy, is it ever. 661 now. 664 on the ask. Yeah, that's climbing up nice. David, you have a great morning and a great day. Ooh, BMNU just popped again, 670. Wow. Anybody by chance buy some of that? I did not. I don't have anything right at the moment. I live in Arizona. RV parks are full. If there's a slowdown, we are not seeing it here. Kristen, I agree with you. Everywhere, everybody I've talked to that owns RVs, they have no intention of giving them up, selling them, getting out of the lifestyle. Even the full timers, nobody's talking about. I'm sure there are. I mean, look, there's thousands and thousands of full time RVers out there, and I'm sure there's a few that just have had enough and ready to get out. But it's certainly not the mass exodus from RVing that a lot of YouTubers would have you believe. It's all clickbait, so you click on their videos. There was even one to tell you how disingenuous people can be. I clicked on a couple, not going to say who it was or anything. It was a couple, and it happened to be a video that they had done like a year and a half ago. So it was an old video I was watching, and they were talking about how RV influencers were so disingenuous and that they were all in it for the money. They were posting videos for the money. They were taking sponsorships for the money. They were promoting product for the money. They all had YouTube stores and Amazon stores for the money. It was all about the money, 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 money. And they just hated it. And they just thought it was disingenuous. And we will never do that. We will never get involved in that because it's not why we're out here. And, they went on. And they did a whole 30, 35, 38 minute video blasting all these RV YouTube influencers for taking money and all that stuff. And then, so I went to their page and pulled up something recent that they just done like a week ago. And lo and behold, within the first 3 minutes of the video, they're selling product. They got a sponsorship and they're selling product on their channel. I'm like, come on. People are not that dumb. Maybe somebody brand new to their channel wouldn't know any better. But anybody that had been following them for a long time, I'm sure had to be scratching their head going, oh, wait a minute, you guys were just blasting people for promoting product on your channel. And now here you're doing it yourself. So a lot of very disingenuous folks out there on YouTube. It's all about the money. It's every once in a while you run across somebody who they're just posting videos just to be posting videos, but good majority of them are doing it for a reason. Don, yeah, I have watched them several times. I've watched Keep Your Daydream on YouTube, and I enjoy watching them. I really do, and they do seem very genuine. I mean, I mean, obviously they have sponsorships and all that. So when you get that many followers, you have sponsors banging on your door, to have you promote product, and you make good money doing it. There's no doubt. So you can't blame them for that, and I certainly don't. That's it helps pay for their adventures, right? But they're really good. I enjoy watching them. I really do enjoy their program. It's very, very good. There's another couple that I watch or was watching, but I haven't seen them post anything too recent. They they have a van conversion, and they travel around. They're from Florida, and they travel around in their van. Um, they seem like really, really cool people. Really, really nice. They seem very genuine on camera. They're not trying to be fake or try to sell you on a fake lifestyle, or they're just very genuine, honest people. They seem that way, at least they come off that way on camera. Really enjoy them as well. I can't remember what their show's called though. MSS. MSS. Mason Solutions. MSS starting to push up a little bit. But there's money to be made on YouTube. There's no doubt. And and would I turn down an opportunity to sponsor a product or sponsor a company or whatever? Absolutely not. Not, I not a bit. It's going to be, it would be years probably, realistically, down the road before that would ever happen, just because of, they don't play around with small potatoes like me. But um, I certainly wouldn't turn it down, and I would never bash anybody that did. I might frown upon somebody who does bash people who take sponsorships and all that stuff to earn money, and then turns around and does it themselves. That's being hypocrite, and that doesn't sit well with me. But just be genuine. That's all you have to do. To me, when I watch somebody on YouTube, an influencer, if they come across to me as genuine, authentic, they're not trying to be something they're not. They're not trying to put on a fake on camera persona. They're just being themselves, and they're showing you the real deal. That to me is very appealing. And I can get involved in that. I can get myself entangled in their story. But when they come across, when you can just turn it on and just tell they're acting for the camera, that just that doesn't appeal. Maybe it appeals to a lot of people. Who knows? And some of them sure have a lot of subscribers, but to me, it just doesn't come off well. Cold snap here. They're talking the wrong day. We'll do that. Well, ATHA or ATHA did manage to bump back up to almost 7 again, but it's struggling. MSS that I just mentioned to you, it's pulling back. Where did Trump end up at? It's stuck at 1327. Well, maybe 9 o'clock we can throw something out there at you. All right. 1.5 minutes. We'll throw out the 9 o'clock press release. We're going to be live here on Traveling Trade Adventures all next week, starting Monday. 6:45 Eastern time. 6:45 Eastern time. We'll go live, and we'll stay live until just after the 9 o'clock press releases come out. And we would love to have you join us. Pop in, pop out, whatever you want to do. Love to have you. And thank you for hitting the subscribe button, by the way, too. I appreciate that a lot. DJT trying to push back again. It's recovering. Well, I tell you, every time that thing takes a dump, it recovers pretty well. Every time. Even off that big, massive drop, it's 8 o'clock. It recovered beautifully off of that. A lot of buying going on there. All right. 10 seconds. Let's see what pops up. Let's see what pops. 9 o'clock. Give us something. Please give us something we can work with here. 9 o'clock. Canada. GIBO announced a strategic collaboration with Japan Bingley Zushi Clubs to develop AI-powered manned electric aircraft. SPAI authorizes a share repurchase program. SKYX announces launch at U.S. leading retailer Target of its ceiling plug-and-play sky fan and turbo heater. Anyway, they're launching at Target. That's on SKYX. SPAI is the one that had the share repurchase program. ABTR lawsuits, sale point, integrations, fly, suit for securities, law firm, contact law firm, lost money, technologies. The rest of them are all class action lawsuits. Paves moving up, PAVS. Paranovus Entertainment. They're just coming off a reverse split too, by the way. PAVS. 1 for 100 reverse split. It just started trading again this morning. So this price that we're looking at is post-split adjusted numbers. This is the one that Pinky was had mentioned early this morning about how it might do this morning when they release it. So if you look at it right now, your chart might show that it's up 12,000%. It's not really up 12,000%. It is technically, but reality is it's not really. So it did move up when they released it. It did pop up. This has got a really small float, PAVS. Take a look at it. Very small float. What kind of float do we have on this one? Didn't somebody say it was in a 200,000? What was it? Somebody looked that up this morning. One of the Wolfpack, 67,000? 67,000? That's small, if that's correct. You don't get a much smaller than that. That small of a float could go bonkers. Even with no news. That small of a float could really go crazy. So at least go look at it. You may not be able to trade it. A lot of trading platforms aren't going to allow you to trade that stock because they're just coming off of a reverse split and they have to do all the adjustments. The QSP number, they have to adjust, they have to change that. They've got to adjust the prices. They've got a lot of, and I'm guessing most of it's done electronically, obviously, on the computers, but they have some things they have to change over on the ticker. And so they'll lock it up and not allow you to trade it, sometimes for a couple hours, sometimes for the whole day. I've had that happen on E-Trade where I wasn't allowed to trade a stock that it just came, and it was a stock that I got stuck in on a reverse split. And I couldn't get out of it after the reverse split because they had it locked up. So 67,000 public float, that's insane low, like crazy low. So if you can trade it, keep an eye on it. It's coming down right now. It's coming down. So be patient, watch it. Don't FOMO. Just because it has a low float doesn't mean it's going to guaranteed it's going to go crazy and go up. It could go crazy, go down too. Most important thing is you watch it and know that the float is such that if it starts to go on volume, hang on tight. Put your seatbelt on and hang on tight. All right. Well, Traveling Trade Adventures, thank you for popping in with us for our pre-market stuff. We're going to be going out on the road pretty soon and having some RV adventures, and we hope that you can join us. Thank you for subscribing and hitting that alert button so that when we do go live, you'll know about it. Or if we post any new content. I'm going to be doing a video on Friday and doing a walkthrough tour of my RV and discussing storage and how much storage is there in an RV. in a Class C, not a Class A, Class C, and compare that storage to a Class A inside. And so it should be pretty interesting. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning on Traveling Trade Adventures at 7:45 a.m. Eastern Time right here. And then remember, next week, starting Monday, Traveling Trade Adventures going live at 6:45 in the morning Eastern Time, 6:45. And we're going to stay with you until 9 o'clock press releases. So we're going to give you all the press releases throughout the morning if you'll be with us. So again, thank you for hitting the subscribe button, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless.